This is the story of how I met your father.
Hi, let's go. Woo!
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax.
The year was 2010. I had just moved back to the States after finishing college in Italy, and now I was in La La Land. And I had spent a good 6 months taking any and all job opportunities, any and all gigs that were coming my way related to editing. Finally, I landed an interview with a little YouTube company called Maker Studios. They hired me as an editor for a show called The Mom's View. I even made some cameos. A few days into my first week, another editor that was working there decided that he wanted to be a videographer instead of one of us antisocial vampire editors. And so Kurt's vacant desk left an open seat right next to a very sweet, flannel-clad, bearded man who turned to me and said,
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Nice though, like when you first met me.
Never said that to you though.
Yeah, yes you did. From there, it was 2 years of coworker antics, reviewing each other's edits, complaining about bosses, sharing exciting work stories, and really, in retrospect, building a strong foundation. Brandon and I were both always dating other people. Our weekends and evenings didn't really overlap socially. And so really, our friendship was built on a shared love for creating and storytelling, editing, laughing, joking, and just having fun. I also admired him a lot. He was the fastest editor. It was just fun right from the bat, and I think we both knew we had all the right ingredients. Okay, so finally, we decided to go on our first date. And guess where Mr. That's Good Sports took me on that warm LA night for our very first romantic date?
I want my baby back, baby back, Chili's, baby back ribs, Chili's, baby back ribs.
Chili's. To be fair, it was more of a joke than being serious, and I suggested Chili's only because his mom had just sent him a gift card to Chili's, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's where we should go on our date. And from the get-go, he was immediately like, no, we don't have to go to Chili's. I'll take you somewhere nice. But I love that our first date was at Chili's. I can still picture the exact shitty table that we had next to the kitchen door and the exact meals that we ate. I remember after I finished my meal, before they took it away, I snapped a really funny photo of the rice and arranged it like a dick because it was like such a part of mine and Brandon's humor. Anyway, it was a very fitting first evening for our friendship and our humor.
May we have an awesome blossom, please? Extra awesome.
And the rest was history. Well, sort of. In late 2013, shortly before Disney acquired the company, I also got a promotion and became the post supervisor, which essentially meant I was Brandon's boss, or maybe I was Brandon's boss's boss. I don't really remember at the time. Anyways, this element made things extra spicy for a short period of time until Brandon decided to quit. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wow, how bad of a boss must you have been for your future husband to quit on you? I was really only a small piece of the equation, and I think for him it really came down to two things. One, when Disney acquired us, it of course affected every single aspect of the business, and our creative team was no exception.
Actually, big news, folks. Walt Disney Company has acquired the multi-channel YouTube network Maker Studios for a whopping $500 million. The purchase is by far the largest for what Hollywood calls a multi-channel network. And if aggressive growth needs are met by Maker, Disney will have to fork over another $450 million.
We were getting hammered with changes in content strategy, output goals. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a company that went through a multi-million-dollar buyout, but I've been through it twice now, and they are tough. There are extreme highs and extreme lows. Both of those times I've been in senior management positions, and all of those times I've had to learn new ways to cope with unstable environments. Long story short, he hated and he just was not enjoying the work he was doing on a day-to-day basis, and so he thought, why not start something myself? Reason number two that I'm pretty sure he quit, because after our Chili's date, I think Brandon and I both knew that we had something really special between us, and we wanted to prioritize that. He wanted to prioritize that. My promotions were something I had worked really hard of and dreamed of for a really long time, and so him exiting the business and letting me really focus on what was in front of me separate from our relationship is pretty commendable. And so right around that time was when Brandon started That's Good Sports, or That's Good News, I believe it was originally, right? I even made a cameo appearance on That's Good News like shortly before Brandon and I started dating. I tried to find that video to show you guys, but then I texted Brandon about it and he said we never even uploaded it. So shows how much he cares about that memory. Anyways, that's the story of how I met your father. And a lot has happened since then, little Carmi. We moved out to Colorado, your dad eventually proposed, we had a most beautiful wedding, and then you came along. Thank you guys for keeping up with us. Please leave me a comment on the most surprising fact you got out of this video about Brandon or me or us, and I'm excited to see you next week. Mwah! Bye bye.